Hello everybody! Today is going to be a bit of a different video, but I really wanted to try out a different style, so here we go. Today I'm going to be ranking all 28 of the main songs for the Friday Funkin' mod, Mario's Madness. This mod is amazing, there's a lot of really good songs, the art is all great, it's got a cool story. It's an amazing mod, and I really just wanted to rank all the songs just for fun. Now, when I say all the songs, I do want to point out that I'm not ranking the legacy songs or the scrapped or anything else. It's just the main 28. At the end of every entry, I'll play my favorite part of the song, and for the two really big songs that have 4 phases, All Stars and Unbeatable, I'll put my favorite part of each phase, and some songs will have an honorable mention. They won't actually be my favorite part, but it's a part that was either really close or a part that I just want to mention because nobody else seems to mention that part when talking about the best part of the song or their favorite part, so I'm just going to do it myself. And I'm not going to delay any further. Let's go. Alright, so let me go ahead and just start off before I get into my bottom pick. I do not think any of the songs in Mario's Madness are bad songs. Not looking at the legacy or the scrapped or the old versions of some of these songs, I don't think any of them are necessarily bad of the official 28. However, one of them has to be the weakest, at least for me. And with all my options, there was one song that never got really that good on re-listen compared to a lot of others. And that song is Dark Forest. Yeah, I know some people like this song, and some people just could care less. I'm in the camp of I could care less. Let me go ahead and just start with my positives. For one, I think boyfriend and girlfriend's designs look really cool in this song. They're shared also with the I Hate You song, which makes this one lose another point of cool. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. Well, what about Peach herself? Well, her vocals are actually really good. I like them a lot. And she looks amazing visually. She's got one of the creepier sprites that's also super faithful to the original. And mentioning the original now reminds me that I really don't care for Coronation Day. It's a shame because a lot of people say it's a really good creepypasta or ROM or whatever you want to call it. It's really cool. I believe them. I've seen clips and I've seen some of the story. Yeah, I believe it. It seems like a really cool thing, but for me, this was not gonna be a song that would hit with me on any sort of personal interest. And now I'm gonna have to get into the things that I don't like about this song so much. There's a lot of screaming in it, and that kind of takes me out of the song a little bit. Unlike some other songs where there are screaming elements, this one's screaming is just excessive and loud and distracting. It's also a little bit too chaotic. The melody is all over the place, and I really just can't find myself enjoying the song when it's hard to follow exactly what's going on. It's got its fans, I guess, but being so short, chaotic, and just overall kind of messy, what am I really supposed to praise? I guess the art is good. That's about the most I can give it. And again, some of the art is already shared in another song, so I really didn't have anywhere else for me to put this song. If you like this song, good for you, but for me, this one was definitely the weakest, and by a long shot. But from here on out, things should be getting a lot better.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
And here we have Promotion. I'll be honest, I like this song. The opening has a really good vibe. I love Mario's vocals, as well as his sprites. They resemble something uncanny. Like, they look right. It should be Mario, but there's just something off. Is it maybe his constant smiling? Is it his eyes? Is it just his proportions? There's something wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And that's perfectly intentional, and I love it. Seriously, for the start of the Classified, although this song is one of the weaker ones in the mod, I give it credit because it is a pretty good song. Like I said, no bad songs. And it's just so good. The opening is a great vibe. I love the way Mario's vocals slide with Boyfriends. It's great. And, well, there's that mood swing, which, gonna be honest, might be my favorite part of the song. You'll have to wait to see the end of the entry. It really hits you real quick, and it's, oh, wait a minute. That's right, this is a horror mod. Something's wrong. And then the second phase kicks in, and, this is where I take a turn for the it's not so good anymore, and now I have to give my reason for why this song is so low. The sprites are still great, even if they lose some of the benefits that the original one has. And, I mean, I guess the instrumental is still good. Okay, enough sugarcoating it. I don't like Phase 2 because of two key reasons. One, Mario, or Stanley, whatever you want to call him, his vocals don't really change very much from the first phase, which is jarring, because it feels like it's clashing. Maybe that's intentional, but I don't feel like it just sounds that good from a song perspective. And I don't know, the whole structure just feels messy. Nothing here quite feels like it's flowing together nicely. It just feels like a jarbled mess. I definitely feel like this song being not as strong as it should have been really makes a more negative impact for Abandoned and The End, which are songs that I ranked higher because I found their structure to be more coherent. I don't know. I feel like I should like this song. I've listened to it so many times and I've been a bit back and forth, specifically because of Phase 2. It's just Phase 2 bothers me. I feel like I should like it, but it's just, when I can't really follow it, I can't really like it.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Look at that, another unpopular opinion. Oh boy. At least I think. Well, actually, I don't really know. It seems like a lot of people are kind of torn on this song, similarly to me. In fact, this is one of the more mixed songs on the mod. Because parts of this song are really good. Like, amazing. Like, top tier level. It is so good at some parts. Boyfriend's voice is amazingly done throughout the entire song. MX is done mostly good justice, outside of a few parts. I'll get my negatives out of the way later, but for right now, I want to focus on the good stuff. There are several parts here where Boyfriend is just popping off, and it is so good. And the ending is actually pretty solid. I like the little twist. Even if musically it doesn't sound great, at least it's a cool twist for the song. I do like the fact that MX is constantly laughing and screaming at us. It's kinda neat, I guess. The instrumental is good. I really need to talk about the bad parts now, don't I? Alright, I don't feel like MX's voice works for this song super well, because there's a lot of spammy parts, which doesn't really mesh well with his vocals, and there are some parts of the song, especially the second half, that just don't sound good. In fact, just here. Yeah, those parts are, they're pretty rough, I won't lie. And that's where my problem comes in. How does the first half of this song genuinely sound so amazing, and then the second half just ruins it all? It's so frustrating. It's genuinely mind-boggling. I don't know what to do here. How does the first half sound so good and the second half sound so bad? I mean, there are some parts in the second half that sound pretty good, especially the part where the red background comes in, leaving only the silhouettes. That part's actually pretty decent. And I like the ending right as girlfriend saves boyfriend last second. And then it gets ruined again because MX decides to spam sing again. Thanks, MX. Oh well. Maybe I am just crazy for ranking this song so low, but hey, this song has some really infuriating parts. It has actually some really annoying parts that are worse than Dark Forest, so I guess this song ranking as high as it did, it's a miracle.
Joey, are you possessed? Oh my God!
I have very little to say about this song, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say what's on my mind. No Hope is a good song. I would definitely say that it's a lot better than the other three. Mainly because I love the instrumental, it's so good! It really sounds like a boss battle, and the chorus is amazing. Devil Mario's vocals are actually really strong. I like him a lot. The deep notes hit so good. And hey, he's got some high notes that actually do pretty good. I like the little voice line. It does sound pretty cool, I guess, in pace with the song. The sword mechanic, although boring, is at least fitting, so I'll give it a pass. And yeah, that opening was actually really good. I think the opening is just, it's perfect. It sets the tune pretty well up. I guess there's another thing I want to mention. This was like the only song in the mod, or at least one of the only songs, where I was like, wait, what is this referencing? Thank you, Eggboy64, for pointing me in the direction of where Devil Mario comes from, because I had absolutely no idea. That's probably why this song ranks a little bit lower than how many others might. I don't really connect with this character because I never really knew who he was. And now that I've looked back on it, yeah, it's cool. I like the Game Over voice lines. They're all pretty cool, and I like this one in particular.
Is there anything more painful than seeing those you love die?
Yeah, that's a nice tie-in back to the original series of the whole loved ones dying. That's actually pretty cool. I like it. I don't really mention game overs, but I admit, the game overs in this entire mod, there's a lot of really cool ones. Even Dark Forest. Come to think of it, I actually like Dark Forest's game over sequence more than I actually like the song. Yikes. Oh wait, right, I was talking about No Hope. The song peaks in the middle. It's got a really strong opening, but the ending is just so anticlimactic, especially with the whole boss battle feeling it has towards the middle. The ending is very underwhelming. It happens a few times in this mod. The endings are just the underwhelming part. Oh well, still a good song, I guess.
If you're not watching the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, you're gonna turn into a Goomba!
Oh boy. Okay, wait, now before everyone comes out with me with, like, pitchforks and torches, at least allow me to explain myself, and let me start with my praises. The art's amazing. I love Turmoil's design in the background. It's really good. Turmoil, actually, I have more praises for, but I'll get to that in here in just a second. I like that the instrumental has some foresty sounds to it, I guess. I don't know, this instrumental is kind of one of the more, like, solid ones, but there's nothing really to talk about here. And, back to Turmoil. I love the concept. The Mario mixed with Yoshi, that's really cool. And Turmoil's voice is actually perfect given the context. It sounds exactly like a Mario and Yoshi hybrid. It is so good. How is it so good? And the pacing of the song, it's also pretty strong. The melody is overall really good. I just like this song. It's good. But why is it this low? Well, I know a lot of people would rank it higher, but I do have a few minor complaints. I feel like the beat drop for the mod is kind of just meh, which is a bit of a shame given the fact that the majority of this mod beat drops are just amazing. So this one having a very clear beat drop but not really going anywhere is a bit of a letdown. And I don't like Boyfriend's vocals. I'm sorry. If you like Goomba Boyfriend, okay, good for you. I don't. As far as I'm concerned, it's just kind of an okay voice. I feel like it might have sounded a little bit better with normal Boyfriend, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would have sounded worse. Regardless, I'm not a fan of this chromatic. It's okay, but it's really not that cool. Oh yeah, the mechanic. I actually really like it. I think it's really clever to have Tom be the mechanic, because Yoshi. I don't know. I want to like this song more, because Turmoil's a cool concept. The art is amazing. The pacing of the song is really strong. I just don't find myself liking the song more than the others. Please don't kill me. I tried to like this song. Trust me, I originally really did not like this song because Turmoil just didn't really click with me. This song has gotten this high because of multiple re-listens. Originally it was like my least favorite song besides Dark Forest, so please at least give me some slack.
Yo soy Reggie, mamma mía, Reggie.exe, soy amigo de Mario Mande.
Hey, look at that! Speaking of a mixed song, let's talk about Overdue next. Another song that a lot of people are really mixed on, including me. I don't feel as mixed about this one compared to Demise because I feel like the difference in quality in just one song is significantly less than Demise. Like, Demise has, like, top of the mod level music at some points in the song, and then, like, the bottom of the barrel type of FNF content you can find in the rest. So, you know, it's the literal complete opposite end of the spectrum, and then Overdue is way closer to the middle. The majority of the song actually sounds really good. I like the opening. It's another one of those quick reveal, but, you know, at least this one works, I guess. And it doesn't overstay its welcome. And the music still sounds pretty good for the fake Luigi, whatever you want to call him. I understand that the demon form is called Mr. L, but, like, I don't know what you would call him before he reveals himself as what he is. But, time to bite the bullet. I don't like Pico's vocals in this song. I'm sorry, I get some people like Pico's vocals, and there are some songs out there that really take advantage of Pico's voice, but I don't feel like Overdue quite does it justice. A lot of the song just feels too long. And I don't necessarily mean that the song itself is a long song and therefore it's bad. I mean, so many of Mr. L's parts are hold notes. Pico doesn't hold notes, so it sounds a little weird when it's the back and forth, because it just feels like there's parts that are just too empty. That's the tricky part with Pico's vocals. You're gonna get that empty space in the song. And that's not even talking about how some of the song is just naturally kind of bland. Whereas other parts, like when the chorus is kicking in the instrumental, it sounds so great. Another thing that I should probably go ahead and just mention here is the art. It's really good. Like, seriously, the little part where you're, like, in the mouth thing of whatever this is really cool. And we'll get to the ending in a minute. Oh, Mario's ghost. Okay, yeah, this part's actually pretty cool. The ending of this song is so good, and it easily redeems Overdue as a whole, and landing it this high. I love this ending. The visuals look really good with all the Mr. L's in the background. The voice is just, oh, it's so good. The instrumental goes full crazy. It's amazing. I love Overdue's ending. It's great. I just kind of wish the rest of the song wasn't so empty because it makes the ending feel too short compared to the rest. Again, the opening is still solid, but really, you couldn't have done anything better with the middle? Oh well. At least the ending really picks up the slack.
As it is right now, it's a me, a Mario.
This song, I guess you could say, is so cool. I apologize on behalf of my horrible puns. And I also apologize that this song is so high because I know a lot of people are probably gonna think I'm crazy for ranking it so high compared to the other songs. On to my praises. I love the instrumental. It's a perfect fit for the whole stream setting. It's chill. It's just plain, but it works for the setting that it's going for. I like the sprites. They're all good. Chris Pratt's voice is, actually pretty funny to listen to. It's just, overall, a really chill song. It knows exactly what it's going for, and it achieves that. I'm not gonna rank it any higher because it doesn't really give any risks, and it doesn't go crazy at any points. And then again, I think if it did, that would probably make the song worse. Also, can I just say that I like the chat that's on the side? It's just cool. I love this song. It's nice. It's simple. It knows what it's going for. It fits Chris Pratt. It's simple, but it's still good. That's what I like. It fits. And yeah, a lot of people will say the pixelated part is their favorite because the instrumental actually takes a bit of a change. I can see that. It's not my favorite part of the song, but I respect it. And I like that it is a little bit of a change, just to keep the song a little more varied than just boring. Overall, this song really does work for me. I feel like it stays consistent. And that's more than what Overdue or Demise could say. And that's the only reason I'm ranking it this high. Is because consistency can be your friend. Because at least, at the very bare minimum, it means the bad parts won't stand out. Also, this song is just funny. Think about it. Ultra M owns all these monsters and they're a part of him and whatnot. He states that all of these souls are a part of him.
Tell me, do you know what all of the creatures down there have in common? They're all in my game. They all belong to me.
Which would mean Chris Pratt is a part of Ultra M. That's just really funny to me. So yeah, cool song.
It's me.
Wow, the first song of the mod, and it's really low on the list. What a shocker. Sarcasm aside, let me go ahead and just say this version of It's a Me is 100 times better than the original. The original was the same flat, boring melody. The vocals were just really bad. The instrumental was messy, albeit it was probably the best part about the original song, and it was a horrible way to start the mod. Especially given the fact that, I'll be honest, the original Mario's Madness did not have the best OST, but at least a few of the songs were good. It's a Me, Race Traders, Alone, they were all horrible songs, and the rest were either good or just okay. And then this song goes ahead and just revamps everything. Mario's sprites look really good, his new chromatic is genuinely amazing. Like, compared to the old version, it's night and day. And hey, even Boyfriend's vocals sound really good. The art is pretty strong as well. I don't feel like art is gonna be a huge factor for a lot of these songs. For obvious reasons, I'm judging these songs off of their melody first. But yeah, It's a Me's version 2, amazing. It improves everything from the original. The overall melody is hugely improved, the chromatics are significantly better, the art is a lot more smooth and doesn't look choppy. So why is the song so low? Well, in my personal opinion, I do feel like this song could have been stronger. It's the opening song, I get it, it shouldn't throw anything too crazy at you right off the bat, but at the same time, this song is the first one. It should have a little bit more impact. Well, I guess it does have that, because I can't go through this section without mentioning the ending. Seriously, the ending is amazing. It's so good. I mean, the mushroom mechanic isn't anything to talk about, but I cannot believe how good the melody is. It's super intense, high action. In the instrumental, you can hear the ba-ba, like from the new Super Mario Bros. Games, which is a great detail. Seriously, how do the instrumentals of this mod have so much detail? It actually blows my mind the more I think about it. Yeah, the ending is just straight up amazing. I adore it. I just kind of wish the rest of the song had the same energy, because realistically, I do not feel like the rest of the song quite holds up. At least compared to the rest of the OST. Again, this mod, its original 28 songs, nothing bad. I mean that. I stand by that. Even this song is not bad. But it's just not up to the same level. Obviously, some stuff's gonna be better. Speaking of better, how about we go ahead and get to that?
Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room.
Wow. I'm not even at the number 1 spot, and I'm already talking about the end. Ha! Well, come on, that pun's at least okay. Anyway. Song time! The end is so good, why does nobody talk about it? Like I said, no bad songs in this mod. And this one is severely underrated. Then again, so was another classified song, but we'll get there in a little bit. I love Costume's vocals. In fact, Costume as a whole is a really cool design due to the black and white, the mysterious nature, the name Costume. That's just so many dark implications with that one. I love the way that this whole song feels. It starts super intense, like this is your final battle. It gives that feeling wonderfully. While the ending not only continues this feeling for the majority of it, but then it just trails off. Because this song is not the end. It's simply your final warning of what's to come in All Stars. And I love this song for that alone. It's perfect. But I'll admit, the song doesn't stand out as memorably as some of the other songs in the mod. It's still really good, duh, but it's not my favorite. And the worst part of the song is way shorter than the rest. And it comes right before the ending where the art style changes and then everything looks really cool. So, I suppose I don't mind it too much. Now, time for a fun fact. According to the wiki, while he appears for one small scene in Super Mario 64 Classified, Costume seems to be heavily inspired by the obscure Spanish Mario creepypasta, in which a man called Mike Robertson dresses in a Mario costume and commits murder using a large dagger, never to be seen again by anyone except for the police, who upon investigating Mike's house find a running Super Nintendo with Super Mario World playing in the background. Well, that's chilling, but I guess it also explains the dagger at the end of the song. How many times have I said the end in this one segment?
this place.
Alright, so where do I start? Do I start with my negatives, or do I start with my positives? I'm gonna do what I did with It's a Me, and I'm actually gonna talk about the original Power Down. See, I don't really care for the original Power Down. It's like a C-tier track at best. It's not necessarily bad, but I just found it kind of messy. And I don't like messy songs. They're not catchy, and I just find them bland, and I don't really care for them. Maybe they'll have a good part, but the rest of the song will just be not fun to listen to. And that's kind of how I felt about the original Power Down. I liked its ending, but I really did not care for the rest of it. I also didn't really like how MX looked in the original. And then Power Down goes ahead and fixes quite literally everything I just talked about. The melody is way more followable, thanks to it being a lot faster and more intense. Everything just kind of matches the way it should, while still retaining the original rhythm. I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard the new version of Power Down, I thought they did what they did with It's a Me and just completely revamped it. Turns out they only kinda did that. They added this new opening segment, which, if I'm being honest, is part of the reason the song is so low. I don't care about it. The melody does not sound very good. The instrumental is bland in the opening, the vocals are just meh. There's nothing about the opening I like, and I don't even feel like it pays off when MX actually shows up. I guess it's better than just MX appearing, but I don't know. Musically, there's nothing interesting going on in the beginning. That being said, the rest of it's really good. I love the way MX looks now. He looks like a real threat, and not like a fridge. And especially given the fact that he's like, you know, the size of a Titan. That really helps. And, well, I'm sure I don't need to mention it, but that new animation is haunting, brutal, and brilliantly executed. So, why is it still low? I don't know. Like I said, the original Power Down wasn't my favorite, and this song still mostly takes after it, as well as adding a very lame opening. And I do have to admit, although I really like the ending given how they handle Boyfriend's voice, I do kind of miss the original laughing segment from the old bit, which is nowhere to be found in the new ending. So, yeah, this song definitely has its strengths, and it has its weaknesses. But I would still consider this song really good.
I hate water. Water's the worst.
This song might be one of the most underrated in the mod. I mean, the end is also right there, but I like Abandoned more, and I see not as many people talk about it, so I'm gonna say it's the most underrated. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows. The art style is really good, especially when everything becomes Mario 64 style. That's really cool. The mechanic is a nice reference to Wet Dry World, even if it's a little bit on the bland side. The instrumental is just a straight up vibe, especially the fact that it's using the Mario 64 sound font. I love it, that's great. The laugh animation is uncanny, creepy, it's great. I love it, especially as a transition. The vocals are really strong, everything's just good about this song. I feel like the only reason it's lower is because none of the song really makes me jam out as much as the remaining 17 songs. Cause this song I would give about a B+. The king in the B tiers, but I will admit, it's not an A tier. Mainly because some parts of the song are a little slow, and the song feels a little too long because of it. Not to mention, it's just referencing one frame from the original Mario Classified series, and based on what I know about Classified, this moment really isn't that significant. Maybe I'm wrong, I haven't checked out Mario Classified in a long time. So who knows, maybe I'm dead wrong. Maybe this is the single most important frame of the entire series, and that's why it gets the longest song of the 3 Classified songs. Someone in the comments who's more knowledgeable of Classified could probably tell me, and then I'll feel dumb. Regardless, the song is still really good. I just wish it was better.
Well, let's check it out. Granddad!
I love this song! So many parts are just party theme. I remember first hearing this song and I actually just started dancing in my seat. This song is so good. I love the meme type melodies everywhere throughout the song, especially the visuals. They match exactly what Granddad should be, especially within the middle part of the song, where there's just a bunch of different references in the background. Like, you got your Kermit, your Bob Ross, your Ghostbusters, and that one gorilla that became a meme. There's even the little pixelated part referencing the original bootleg games that Granddad is based on. That's just great! There is so much love and care put into this song. So why is it only number 17? Okay, I have two problems. A huge majority of the song's melodies are lifted from pre-existing songs, and while most of them fit, I do feel like some of them are a little bit weird to hear and don't quite mesh with the rest of the song, or the instrumental. I mean, this whole song is still really good, and I like all the melodies that they're using. It's just, you know, you can't really call it an original song when a lot of it is taken from other music. So it loses some points in that regard, just purely from an objective standpoint. I also feel like the song is a little too short. But who cares? It's Granddad, it's a vibe, I love it every time I hear it. I would feel wrong for ranking it higher due to that lack of originality I mentioned before. But come on, this melody is just so catchy, it's so good.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
This is one of the most disliked songs in the mod, and that's a shame because I really like it. But I sorta understand why people don't like Thalassophobia nearly as much as I do. It's a lot slower compared to the majority of the mod, but you know what? That's part of the reason I love it so much. The theme matches really well with the whole L is real situation. And the instrumental is really good. Some people have pointed out the older version, or I don't know if it's necessarily older, but it's an alternate version. I believe it's called Drowning. I've listened to it, and granted it's not finished, so it's not going to sound that good, but I really don't understand why everyone is saying that, oh no, this version is so much better than the one we got. What are you talking about? Were you listening to Thalassophobia? Or did you just tune out because the opening was too slow and you didn't have the attention span to pay attention to the rest of the song? Yeah, that's what I thought. Luigi's vocals are amazing, by the way. They actually sound like they're underwater. Reminds me a bit of Sync, if you even remember that mod. Goodness, that was quite some time back. I also really love the coin mechanic. It's a nice homage to Mario 64. And, in fact, I actually think it's even better respects to Mario 64 than the one for Abandoned. Now that I think about it, those two songs are pretty similar. Interesting. Anyway, I really want to talk about the pipe organ part. The part where they both stop singing. Because most of the time in songs, even in this mod, when both characters just stop singing to let the instrumental do its thing, a lot of the time it just kind of sounds boring. You end up skipping it just to get back to the actual song itself. But this part, for one, it's not too long. It doesn't drag itself out, which I can respect. But also, that pipe organ is just so good. It's so intense and it sends chills down my spine. That reminds me of Davy Jones. So, you know, bonus points for that because I'm a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. The voice lines and screams are amazingly added into the song, and they don't sound forced. You know, like in Dark Forest. Oh, and the game over being Bowser's laugh, just like Mario 64, is great too. This whole thing is just kind of a love letter to not only the original whole Hell is Real creepypasta situation, but also just Mario 64 as a whole. I adore it so much. Everything about this song is right for me. Maybe it's a little bit too long, yeah, but still. I feel like the song deserves way more love and way more attention because it's severely underrated.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Before you ask, no, I'm not gonna talk about the original animation. I'm just not. You're not gonna make me. Anyway, the actual song. I love the new voice. It sounds way better than just Mario screaming for like a minute and a half. I did not like the original Race Traders based on the fact that his voice was so irritating back then. I don't understand who liked the original voice. It was so bad, and it ruined what was otherwise a catchy song. The version 2 makes it way more speedy, which I like a lot. And hey, the really cool Mario Kart mechanics with the red shell and the boo and bomb, that's all really cool. And I like the fact that they extended it. I wish they did that for all of the original version 1 songs and made them a little bit longer, but you know, at least Race Traders gets it right. I do like the instrumental with the use of Mario Kart sound effects. The overall melody is super solid, the new voice is great, I like the mechanics, everything about this song works for me. It's great, and I love it. And the ending is funny. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is actually one of the coolest songs, because it's one of the few songs in the mod where you don't play as... Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. This is like the only song in the mod where you don't play as Boyfriend. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but other than this and Overdue, I'm pretty sure there's no other songs where you're not playing as Boyfriend. Okay, that's actually really cool. Anyway, back to the actual song. I love it. The instrumental's really good, especially with the use of the Mario World sound effects. Which, come on, that's just cool. The song feels like a real proper argument between Mario and Luigi. It's very fitting. The vocals from Mario and Luigi sound really good, and I'm glad that they didn't just use I Hate You Luigi's vocals for this, and they actually made a variation of them. It still sounds like him, but it sounds way more human. You know, for obvious reasons. I think it's a good prequel for I Hate You, actually. I'm happy it's getting the love it deserves, even if originally it didn't get that much credit. And credit to the people who actually figured this out and pointed it out to me, but I love the detail where you can actually hear Mario and Luigi saying, "Because you're my brother, and then you're no longer my brother," responded by Luigi. That's so cool! I didn't even notice it the first time. It just goes to show that this mod has so many little details that a lot of people aren't gonna notice. And, yeah, the animations are obviously really cool. So then why is the song not any higher? Alright. I do have a little bit of an issue. It's a bit messy, and I don't feel like any of the melody quite sticks with me the same way some of the other songs do. Like, I'll be honest, Race Traders and Nourishing Blood have melodies that I can remember a lot easier. Oh God Knows' biggest memorable melody would probably be the ending. The whole thing kind of blends together, which is really my only strong complaint. But I don't even care, because the whole song still sounds great. Intense, amazing, and a total jam.
Why won't you die?
That one didn't age quite so well.
I remember when this initially got released as version 1, and I was like, oh yeah, this mod is going places. And version 2 sounds even better. How did they manage that? Mario's vocals have way better flow than they used to have, and they already had good flow. The pacing of the song is great. It's just such a great instrumental. I have to just rant about this for a second because the instrumental is amazing. I love the little sound effects from the Mario games being added in. It fits perfectly. In fact, I think it fits better and actually meshes with the song even better than the other songs that I mentioned that did this, like Race Traders. Luigi actually also sounds pretty good. What, you thought I was about to say something negative? No. Although Luigi's vocals aren't quite on the level that Mario's are, they're still really good. I also love the little detail that Mario just gets mad whenever Luigi is singing, but then he's completely chill when him and BF are singing. That's great. This song definitely knew what it was going for and respected the source animation really well. I would say that there's not even a single part of this song that's bad necessarily. And why is this song not even in the top 10? In fact, it was in my top 10 for a long time. And I don't feel like this song did necessarily anything wrong. I just feel like the other songs are a little bit better.
You're horrible. You're an irredeemable monster.
If I had to describe this song in about 2 words, I would say nostalgia and party, because those two are the most fitting for this entire song. I remember seeing the original Super Bad Mario animations on YouTube years ago when I was a kid, and that was really cool to see referenced. It actually took me a minute. The first time I saw the song, it took me a while to realize, oh wait, that's Super Bad Mario! The mechanic of this whole thing is great. I love the fact that he's just constantly kicking shells and mushrooms to mess with you. Even messing with the actual environment, like the notes and the bar at the bottom. It's all so great, I love it! It fits the energy of Super Bad Mario perfectly, and the whole song, it really is just a party to listen to. I adore it. And yet, there's this one part where apparently there's a reference to a song called Good Feeling, and the instrumental is something called Levels. Yeah, I really did not notice the reference, mainly because I wasn't familiar with these songs beforehand. So that part didn't really stick out to me as much as it seemed to stick out to everybody else. Sorry. However, the beginning and the ending of this song are amazing. It's just so good. Red TV 53 is a great musical artist. They really know what they're doing. And that's proven to me in this and the other key song that they made. If you know, you know, but we haven't quite gotten there yet. Yeah, I adore this song. I adore the little animations that Super Bad Mario is doing the whole time. This whole song is just so good. However, I will admit, if there was one song in the mod that got weaker over time, I would say it probably would be this one. But I don't really say that it got weaker, I would just say that I think a lot of the other songs got stronger. And this one kind of weighing down on me after the initial shock of seeing him, as well as the initial beat becoming a little bit more, I mean, yeah, it's good, but I don't think it's that good. Still, if this is your favorite song, I totally respect that, because, yeah, this song is really good.
What the hell is that?
It's Sonic.
No, it isn't.
Some people will say this song is the best in the mod, and some will say it's the worst. Well, they're both wrong, but you know what? This song is definitely one of the best, for sure. It's so catchy. It's an earworm of a song, and I'm not even complaining, because I don't mind getting this song stuck in my head. And also, the pixel art is gorgeous. It's every single part of this just looks great. And the little Pokemon, like Pikachu and Eevee as boyfriend and girlfriend, that's amazing. This takes parody and actually makes parody look really cool. Given the fact that the original Sonari is like actually the worst parody thing ever in terms of a game, and then this song is just like actually incredible, it's mind-blowing. The instrumental sounds very much like an original Genesis track, which kind of ironic that this sounds more like a Genesis song than anything from the Sonic EXE mods. If I had to make one nitpick, it would be that there's a few pauses that kind of drag the song out, and the ending also drags out a bit. I mean, you know what? The good parts of this song absolutely bring it above the rest of the competition. Not even close.
You're too late, Mario. I am now forklift certified.
Okay, so this might be one of my most unpopular opinions about this entire mod, but someone's gotta say it. Apparition version 2 is 100 times better than version 1, in quite literally every single regard. I'll go through the list. The instrumental is way more intense and doesn't just sound like a basic Halloween theme that you would hear at some kid's birthday party. Okay, maybe that's a little bit mean, but seriously, the old instrumental is just flat and it's kinda boring. It's good on its own, but as an FNF song, it just doesn't feel right. And then this new version sounds way better. Wario's vocals are a lot more smooth, and they sound much better to listen to than the old version. Also, they just sound more like Wario. I don't know if that's just me. Because last time, they just sounded too ghostly and choppy for it to really hit home that, yeah, this is the Wario apparition. These versions sound way better, just as a music perspective. Also, it sounds a lot smoother in terms of its pacing. The old version just felt slow, but this version sounds way better due to the whole, you know, it's faster. I mean, I guess that also means that the song is a bit shorter, which is my biggest complaint, because with an improvement this good, I just want more. And in my opinion, the best change is that little pause that happens near the beginning. Last time it was just generic laughter, but now Wario actually says something.
You want fun? Wario, show you fun.
Like, come on, that's just great. You cannot deny that that's a way better inclusion. Also, Boyfriends being improved makes the whole ending segment where he just pops off, yeah, that's way better, because now it actually sounds nice to listen to, and it's not choppy. The new animations are also way better, but I feel like everybody agrees with that. Amazing song, and I'm so tired of people pretending that the original is better. Get off your nostalgia horse, and just accept that this song is better. Hey guys, look, another remake, and that opening, yeah, I just had to let it play. It's so good, I love it! The original I Hate You was my second favorite song in the mod. Or at least the original mod, let me clarify. Golden Land was a little bit better, but even then, I Hate You was still up there with it. And both songs weren't that good, but then this version just blew everything else out of the water that I had heard. There is no feeling like hearing this version of the song for the first time. It's amazing. The instrumental sounds way more intense while still keeping the whole Super Mario World motif, which, you know, props, because I know that could not have been easy. The song is super intense. I love the new ending animation. That's just really cool. And heck, the overall ending musically sounds really good. The new visuals are incredible, the vocals sound even cooler than they did before. What's to hate? Nothing! Ironic, given the fact that it's literally called I Hate You. You'd think there'd be at least one bad part, but there's really not. Okay, I take that back, the song is way too short. I understand that they didn't extend this song, but really, why couldn't they? If any single song from the original mod should have been extended, in my opinion, it should have been I Hate You. Because this song is... whoa, is it really good.
Those Twitter people don't care about the mod. They probably won't even pay it themselves. Hey, but the trailer said October 2022. I had it with you.
I don't care what anyone says, version 2 is way better than version 1. Like, way better. For starters, the instrumental is leagues better. The intensity of version 1 was good, but this feels way more like a battle, where last time it just kind of felt like a panic attack. And it complements the pace of the song far better and makes every part feel impactful, rather than just kinda going along with it. The vocals are way better, especially BF's vocals. They're not choppy anymore. I actually can't even begin to stress just how bad Boyfriend's vocals were in the original Golden Land. It felt like they were constantly cutting in on themselves. Now they feel smooth and like, you know, Boyfriend's actually audible in some parts of the song now. Like, there were several parts in the original song where you couldn't even hear him. Now you actually can. GB also looks amazing! The new animations are way more smooth, and there's an actual animations transition that looks amazing as well. The laughing part sounds way more in tune with the song instead of just kind of sounding like it's just added in post. I could go on and on, but the only reason that the song isn't any higher is due to the fact that the intro is still kinda boring. I don't know, it serves its purpose, I guess, and I wouldn't really change it too much. But I do wish the song was longer as well. And with that, I think I've gone through every single song in the original mod? Oh wait, there is one left. We'll get to it in a bit.
Well done. Very well done. I must say, I am impressed.
I love this song, it's actually so good. So, I'm gonna have to talk about each phase individually. Starting with Phase 1. Phase 1 starts with us facing Ultra M with GF at our side. I'm glad that Girlfriend's vocals aren't just, you know, Hypno GF's vocals from Hypno's Lullaby. A lot of mods tend to use it and it gets really old really quick. But these new vocals sound really good, actually. They sound more like GF than most mods' Girlfriend's voices do. That's a weird bit of English, but you know what, I'm gonna go with it. It makes a really good pairing with Boyfriend's higher voice. And I love the new Ultra M voice, it sounds even more demonic than the original Horror Mario voice. The beat overall is really good. I wouldn't say it's incredible, but it's far from just okay or anything. It does stand out the least in terms of art style and music compared to the rest of the song, but me personally, I still love it. It's great. And then we move into phase 2. Girlfriend is quickly taken away, and BF is left alone, facing down Omega. To be honest, Omega's design is alright. It's nothing super special, it's a good design, but I do admit it's kind of just okay. I get he was created for the sole purpose of distracting Boyfriend while Girlfriend is taken away and, well, being killed off by Ultra M. But, I don't know, not the greatest design ever. Still, it's really good musically. I love it a lot. And as Omega takes his final bow, we meet these 3 little minions. I don't really know how to call them by their names, given the fact that it's a lot of letters and numbers, so I'm just gonna call them Luigi, Wario, and Yoshi for convenience sake. All of their voices are great, especially Yoshi's. Some people have pointed out that Yoshi's intro vocals are just the best part of All-Stars, and while I don't agree entirely, they are the best part of Phase 2. No, actually, they're the second best. My favorite part is just when all 3 start singing, because they all have such great harmony. Seriously, amazing when the 3 start singing at the same time. It's pure music to my ears. In fact, I kinda wish that this part of Phase 2 lasted longer than Omega's phase. And I guess it does, but I wish it lasted still a little longer because it's just so good. In just like terms of pure music, Phase 2 is definitely my favorite. And then there's Phase 3. Phase 3 starts with showing us what's become of Girlfriend. She's dead, run out of lives, and become nothing but a demonic puppet for Ultra M. Okay, yeah, this part is okay. I think story-wise it's really impactful for a first time. And I love the art. It looks amazing. Boyfriend genuinely looks terrified. Girlfriend looks haunting and creepy. And, oh my gosh, Ultra M in the background is horrifying. But the beat is kinda lacking. This is, in just terms of music, my least favorite phase. And then Ultra M starts singing, and then I remember, oh right, All Stars is really good. The vocals for him are just amazing. Whoever did the voice of Ultra M really did him justice. I love it. And then we get to Phase 4, the final phase. It starts with Ultra M taunting Boyfriend, telling him to give up. He's alone and he can't win, questioning why he even still fights. This beat is amazingly climactic. It starts great and the art style is just incredible. Of all the art styles used in this mod, most of it stays consistent to the original FNF. Except for a few exceptions where it gets all pixelated, or in this case, it just goes above and beyond. This art style is incredible. And the voices of all the past foes we fought are incredibly well used. It really does convey everything that you would want from a final battle. And as the song continues, Boyfriend tries to hold on to hope. Still fighting, as then the beat starts to slow down, allowing us to feel his emotions as the beat begins to rise again, installing some hope in the player. We have a chance. The chorus in the background begins to sing as Ultra M and BF stop holding back. They rap their hearts out. The player continues to fight and struggle, doing as much as we can. The beat gets only more and more intense as it keeps going and going and going. But in the end, it's not enough. Boyfriend is killed as Ultra M uses Turmoil's voice last, a haunting taunt to last chorus. where Turmoil did the same thing. BF runs out of lives, and the mod is over. Yeah, All Stars is amazing. I wouldn't change anything about this one. Well, in terms of how it's made, I wouldn't necessarily change anything. But there is a few little complaints I have. Like I said before, Phase 1 doesn't stick out a lot when Phase 2 and Phase 4 are just that much better, and I still like Phase 1. But then there's Phase 3, which easily is the weak one. In my opinion, I just really don't like the whole rap between BF and GF. I guess it works, but it's kinda just empty. There's not really a lot going on in terms of music or melody that makes it stick out unlike the rest. Also, Ultra M's lyrics are way too quiet, and they're easily the best part about Phase 3. Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, Phase 3 is definitely the weak phase. But there is one other problem I have, and that's with Phase 4. I kinda just wish that we got to hear more from some of the other vocals. Some voices also are way too quiet. Some really stick out. Like, for example, Coronation Day Peach, MXGB, DJ Halliboo, Costume, their vocals really stand out, while other vocals kinda just blend in with Ultra M. Like, I gotta say it, most of the Luigi's vocals are just kinda quiet and they don't really stick out enough. And some of them are just used too quickly. Seriously, why is Mashed Mario just, like, used for like a second or two, and same with some of the others? It's pretty much my only real complaint about this entire thing. Some of Phase 4's vocal tracks used by Ultra M don't stick out enough, they just end up being too quiet, and I just want to hear them better. Still, it's an amazing ending for this mod, and I love it all the same. Maybe some small improvements here or there, but this song did everything that I wanted it to. Took me some time to realize how good this song was, but it really did it justice. And before I move into playing the best part, in my opinion, of the song, I would like to go ahead and just mention some of the game over lines. Because, wow, there are several game over lines, actually, and some of them are just references to other songs in the mod, which is really cool. I'll play them now, or at least I'll play a few of the game overs. I'll let you guys see the rest for yourself if you want to check out the mod, or if you just want to go to the wiki or search it up on YouTube or something. But yeah, here are some of the really cool voice lines, and then I'll play my favorite part of the song.
We've seen all the possible outcomes. There really is no hope for you. Look at you, chasing apparitions. Pathetic. You're wandering a dark forest of misery with no light to guide you, rat. The end. Seems like you're having a bad day. Don't you get it? We are Mario's Madness.
Yeah. you recognize your own girlfriend?
Remember how I was saying that there was a song that got a huge improvement the more I listened to it? Yeah, this is the song. Paranoia. For starters, the visuals are so cool. The way that the whole monitor just gets messed up from Mr. Virtual is amazing. The instrumental is such a banger. I would genuinely listen to the instrumental multiple times. But the vocals add something even better, so, I'll just stick with the default song. And can I just continue to mention how cool the visuals are? The way that the screen is constantly moving around and messing with your background in the split screen part. Oh, it's so cool! The visuals are also stellar, not even just counting all the little effects on your monitor. I love Mr. Virtual's sprites. They're creepy and unnerving, and they fit really well. Even when he, turns into girlfriend. Which, by the way, that part just sends chills down my spine every time I hear it. It is so good. There's a reason that almost everybody talks about it when they bring up Paranoia. Because yeah, it's the best part of the song. Without a doubt. It's incredible. I just love everything about this song. And at first it didn't really hit me that hard of how good it was. But then the more I listened to it, the more I realized how good it was. If I do have one big complaint though, the ending is not very good in my opinion. I'm sorry, but it's just kind of anticlimactic. Then again, the ending is pretty short compared to the rest of the song, which is basically flawless, so gets a pass in comparison to some other songs that I've had similar thoughts on. And that's basically the only reason it's not in the top 5. I feel like the top 5 have no real issues, and the small issues they do are completely overshadowed by all the greatness that those songs have.
You're poor!
Seeing a Mario Party song, much less a song about DJ Halibut in this mod, shocked me the first time I saw it. I was not expecting it, but it is more than welcome. I love anti-piracy creepy stuff, despite how silly it is, so this makes me really happy. I love the way that Halibut looks. He looks way better than the original canon model that is seen most often with him. This gameplay mechanic is probably the coolest one in the entire mod. Like, seriously, it's so great. It fits the whole Mario Party theme really well. And his vocals are just from Juno Songs. That's amazing! Juno Songs is the official VA for DJ Halibut, and they fit really well in FNF. And Juno Songs even made a full cover of this song, and it's really amazing. Go check it out. I'll link it in the description. If the person who posts this video, which is future me, remembers to do that. What about the actual song, though? The start is slow and menacing, but that's quickly cut off to remind you this is still Mario Party, baby! The beat is funky, upbeat, hectic, fun, it's just an absolute bop! The use of the Mario Party sound fonts makes the instrumental one of the best in the mod for sure. The pacing of the song allows all the best parts to go truly crazy. Even the slow part with BF makes it feel like he's really trying to apologize and then just gets cut off by both of them, which just feels like they're arguing. It's great. The guitar solo is amazing, reminding you of the criminal you are with the gameplay mechanic that I mentioned. Some people say that the song is out of place, not even having a Mario character in it. Well, I mean, technically Halibut is kind of a Mario character, but I digress. Anti-piracy creepy stuff is full of mostly Mario games actually, so this completely works as far as I'm concerned. So not having a Mario in it actually makes the song stand out in a really cool way. If I have one actual gripe with the song, is that there are a few parts that slow it down a little bit and probably could have been either sped up or just made a little bit more impactful with the instrumental. But otherwise, I don't care. This song and Paranoia were neck and neck, and then I remembered, oh wait, right, Mario Party is awesome, this song is awesome, the references are awesome, everything is just awesome! I love this! This song got the best glow-up of the entire mod. And just to make my original point all the more clear, let's look at the original real quick. The original alone is boring. I would feel more entertainment watching paint dry. The vocals just sounded groggy. That was not Luigi, that was Froggy. The instrumental just put me to sleep. The pacing was slower than a snail. I cannot stand how boring the original is. And yet it was only the second worst song in the mod. But then, version 2. It's completely different from version 1 in all the best ways. BF and GF and the ghost designs are adorable and they look great. I love that the long notes have little ghost effects. And Luigi looks really good too, like way better than the original mod. The instrumental is melancholy, but it's still a great vibe. Also, hearing the Luigi's Mansion theme, either from Luigi himself or in the background, is a perfect fit. In fact, how on earth did the original alone not even think about putting the Luigi's Mansion theme anywhere in there? Well, then again, Alone as a whole was just a really bad song in the version 1, so, you know. Anyway, I love how some parts of the song he's humming, just like in the original Luigi's Mansion. Perfect homage, and there's the little boyfriend silhouette hanging, and whenever the lightning flashes, another reference to the mansion. The way that it lights up. If I was to reference, or talk about every reference that this song makes, I'd be here for hours. And of course, the best part of the song, everyone knows it, it's this part. Do I even need to say how perfect it is? Everyone already knows it's perfect. I already know it's perfect. You already probably know it's perfect. Everything they did with this song fits, and it's all amazing. So why is it not number 1 despite everything that I've praised and the fact that I've continuously used the word perfect? Well, even though I do admit it's basically flawless, I really don't know why I ranked it number 4. Other than I guess I slightly prefer the top 3. I really don't have a reason for this song not being in my top 3, other than I just, in terms of music alone, prefer the other 3. Although, this song and the number 3 and 2 are all S+ tier, so you know, they're all on the same level. And if I just had to pick a lowest one, I guess it would have to be this song. Again, it's a bit of a shame given how much I really like it, but something had to be here. But come on. Is number 4 anything to sneeze at? Especially when I've repeatedly told you guys that there are no bad songs. And the top 4 are just that good. And I'm also just now realizing everyone's gonna hate my number 3 when they realized I ranked it above Alone. Oh boy.
Back in 2021, Verbalaze has spent $50,000 on animation between him and Charlie from a Has-Been Hotel.
If I have to be the only one alive to defend this song, then so be it. The art style is super faithful to the original Mashed animation, especially the way boyfriend and girlfriend look. The opening dialogue is a hilarious reference to FNF's Kickstarter, which is just super funny and super creative. I love it. The instrumental has a great Mafia sound to it, and the vocals have a perfect blend of goofiness and seriousness given the nature of Dictator Mario. The beat drop of this song is just, it's actually like my favorite beat drop in the mod, or at least one of my favorites. Also, the ending where you can tell that boyfriend is begging for his life as his cries go unheard from Mario, and the fact that Mario's the one ending the song, perfect ending. Everything about this is that good. I do have two small gripes, however. One's the mechanic. I think it's creative and it really does work, but it's a bit loud in terms of the actual gameplay, which takes away a bit from the song. But then again, if you're just listening to the soundtrack version, like I always do, then this doesn't really affect you, so not really that much. My only musical complaint is, I guess, the little instrumental bit. It's kind of an unnecessary pause, and it doesn't sound that cool, especially given, like, No Party with the guitar. But I don't feel like it sticks out that bad. It is just a small pause, and a very small one at that, so I don't think it's too intrusive. And it's kind of the only reason that this song really couldn't have ranked any higher. That and the top two are just that much better. Speaking of which, let's get into my number 2.
We are Nintendo, and we are sending Totitos to Nintendo. Nobody's us. You cannot beat this people.
This is the most impressive song in the mod. I mean that. Being 10 minutes is impressive enough, considering the fact that this song manages to stay good for basically the entire runtime. There are a lot of really long FNF songs, but this is one of the very, and I mean very few, that actually is really good. And not just for like a part, or maybe half the song, but I mean the entire thing. And let's go ahead and go phase by phase. Don't worry, this is not going to take nearly as long as All-Stars, because All-Stars was a whole story thing. This is just the bonus song. The first phase goes against Mr. SYS, which stands for Steal Your Soul. That's just very funny. And this entire part is just a straight up banger the whole way through. I see a lot of people say that the first phase of Unbeatable is the best phase. I would probably agree. I don't know, phase 1 and 4 are definitely the best by a long shot. And I sometimes think phase 4 is better, and sometimes I think phase 1 is better. Don't worry, phase 2 and 3 are not bad. They're just as good, it's just phase 1 is just so good. I don't know how they managed to make just the first phase alone super catchy, but they did it. It is amazing. There's even this really cool don't miss part, which, that's brutal. But at the same time, that kind of fits. This whole commercial was a challenge, a taunt to players. So of course, this song was going to be just as taunty and just as dangerous. So yeah, the don't miss part is really cool. And the uncanny faces in the background, yeesh. Anyway, second phase. This is where we get to see Duck Hunt. Although this phase isn't as good as the first phase, it's still amazing. Like, it's really good. There are a few points where it actually almost sounds like Boyfriend and Duck Hunt are actually rapping against each other. That's cool. The mechanic featured here is just your health getting drained, which isn't a big challenge compared to the whole do not miss or you die, which only happens during phase 1, by the way. So if you're not a fan of don't miss sections, don't worry, it's a small part of phase 1 and it doesn't come back. The section for here is just, again, health drain. I really like Duck Hunt's chromatic. Especially considering how they could have just reused Mr. SYS's but made the vocals deeper. No, they didn't. They made a custom chromatic off of not only the commercial where Duck Hunt actually talked, but also a combination with Duck Hunt's actual in-game sounds. That's really cool, actually. And then there's the third phase, with Bowser. Yeah, I agree with a lot of people when they say that this is easily the weakest phase of Unbeatable. And yet it's still really cool. There are several parts that reference old video game themes. I admit I don't really know the references, but I do recognize them because people keep pointing them out in the comments. I'm like, oh look, Puyo Puyo reference. Oh look, Dr. Eggman reference. I'll admit, that's really cool. And then there's the final act. Phase 4 is insane. And it doesn't even feature a mechanic. You got your don't miss, you got your health drain, and then you got the fire bar that's just keeping your health at a certain cap so you can't really get full health. It holds back no punches though with the beat. It goes insane. I love Phase 4. It's amazing. The ending sends chills down my spine every time. I don't know how a song manages to stay this engaging for 10 whole minutes, but this song, it sure did it. Also, there's this really cool detail where at the very end of the song, you actually tie based on the little health bar on the bottom. So, when they say you cannot beat us, they are being dead serious. You actually just can't beat them. It ends in a tie, at best. So why is it not number 1? I do think that if Bowser's part was a bit stronger and maybe the song was a little bit shorter, probably would have been my favorite FNF song, period. I don't really think that the 10 minutes is a huge detriment, but I do have to admit some parts of the song can be a little bit slow. Again, mostly Bowser's section is the only real weak part. But given the original Unbeatable, which, if you've gone to actually listen to the old version of Unbeatable, you'll see just how awful it is. This song is just a straight up miracle. I'm glad that the people who love this mod seem to just constantly be giving this song praise, because it absolutely deserves it. And now we move on to my absolute favorite song in this whole mod. This song, perfect. Actually, perfect. I'm gonna prove it by going over each single part of this song. Oh yeah, we're doing this. The opening of the song is menacing, but it's also just so good once the beat starts to pick up. It doesn't overstay its welcome with its menacingness. It just lasts long enough to make you realize, hey, this song is not holding back. And then, the little skeleton man, John Dew. I'm not risking getting demonetized here. I get it's just a name, but YouTube is strict, so I'm just gonna call him John D. Anyway, great trumpet solo. There are several FNF songs where the characters will actually be playing an instrument, so it goes along with the rest of the song. And this is one of the best uses for that I've ever heard. The trumpet was not what I was expecting, and yet it fits the whole rock theme really well. Speaking of which, that instrumental is amazing! And Mario snapping his fingers in his idle animation while you can hear the snapping in said instrumental, it's so fitting! How is this so perfect? And I'm literally only about a minute into this song! And then that build-up. Yeah, no, how does nobody else talk about this build-up? Oh wait, that's right, everyone does, because everyone recognizes, yeah, this part is awesome. The guitar is just going insane here, the drums, the trumpet with John just still playing away. So how could this song get any better? Oh yeah, let's just have Yoshi hit that POW block that was in the background the whole time and knock Mario straight into his doom, and then, oh hi Peach! Oh, now we're getting somewhere. People will say that this is the best part of the song. I can totally see why, because Peach's sprites and vocals are incredible. I did not expect them to be so good, like actually, how? Not to mention, it's just really cool even seeing her in the first place. Given the fact that she's based off of the original artwork that was also Mario's main design inspiration, Yoshi's inspired off of something else, but still, he fits in style really well with Mario and Peach. Vocals, perfect. Especially Yoshi. I'm glad that they made him a more backing track, and he's not actually taking up too much spotlight time. Maybe they could have given him a little bit more vocal time, but I think what they gave him was just enough. Because it really complements Peach's vocals extremely well. And then, after a bit of time with these two faces, they're both taken down as Mario returns. Okay, if there was any part of this song that people do not talk about enough, it's when Mario comes back in this whole ending sequence, because it's amazing. It sends shivers down my spine, just like how I said with Unbeatable. Okay, you know what, to be fair, a lot of these songs have really good endings, and the ones that don't have good endings are the reason why I was a little harsh on them. Because some songs just take so much advantage of it, like Starman Slaughter and Unbeatable. There is not a single boring part of this entire freaking song. The art is all fantastic, the instrumental is amazing, the song represents everything that I love about this mod and more. And in my opinion, without a doubt, this is the best song in the mod and in Friday Night Funkin's entire mod history. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. And with that, we've reached the end of the mod. Well, we've reached the end of my ranking, I suppose. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to see me do any other mods for ranking songs, or maybe rankings of some other stuff. I would really enjoy doing other different ranking videos, as it's something that I feel like would be really fun. But I guess time will tell. Anyway, what was your favorite song? Or your least favorite song? I'd like to see what other people's opinions are. My opinions are not gospel. Everyone's got their favorite songs and their least favorites. I'd like to hear yours in the comments. And with all that, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna leave the video now. Bye!